An email list will always be one of your biggest assets you'll ever have with your online business. Now, there have always been many barriers that prevent new online entrepreneurs from building a list, until now. In this video, you'll discover the easiest way to build a list in minutes that doesn't require any investment or programming experience. Let's get started. So if you'd like to have the easiest way to build an email list in minutes that doesn't require any investment or programming, the name of the service is called TinyLetter. Now, to get to this website, all you have to do is go to www.tinyletter.com. Now, if you've been an online entrepreneur, then you're probably familiar with services out there like Aweber and iContact and so forth. And there are a lot of great email marketing solutions like those out there. However, they do require an upfront investment and even a monthly recurring investment, and it's going to require some programming experience and a little bit of techie knowledge. Well, with TinyLetter, it takes all of the guesswork out of that, and it's very simple to write an email newsletter and literally start building an incredible list in minutes. So let's go ahead and walk through, like we do with all the training videos in Millionaire Society. I want to show you step by step on how to use this service and get the most out of it. So once you're at tinyletter.com, you'll notice it says to start your own newsletter, first pick a username. Now, I want to make sure that you understand that whenever you pick your username, it's actually going to be in your URL that you're going to be giving people to sign up for your newsletter if you want to post this on services like Facebook and Twitter and so forth. So you don't want to use a username that's, let's say, your dog's name or just something that's, a bunch of random characters, because when you do something like that, it doesn't really make sense on your URL. So you need to think about the type of newsletter that you want to create. For instance, let's say you want to create a newsletter about making money for dummies or making money online, and you want to have a build off of, let's say, the idea of the For Dummies name. Well, you could do something like make money for dummies, and then you'll notice your URL now is going to be tinyletter.com/make money for dummies. Now, it's always good to use keyword-rich URLs whenever you can. So when you have services like this, and just keep this as a side note, any type of things that you sign up for like Twitter or Facebook where you can customize your URL, make sure that you do use as many keywords as you can that best describes what it is that you're trying to sell or what it is you're trying to get people to sign up for. So make money for dummies. Let's go ahead and hit continue and see if that's available. And it looks like it's available. So where it says the full name, this is going to be displayed when you send a newsletter. Now, this is where you want to actually space it out and make it easy to read. You don't want this to just be a duplicate of your username, especially when you have a long keyword-rich URL like that. So for full name, we'll say make money for dummies. And then newsletter name, we can do the same thing, make money for dummies. And if you are going by, let's say, your real name or a pen name online, for the full name, you can actually put this is where you would put your full name or your pen name, because that's what's going to show up from the from name whenever you send an email and someone receives an email. So newsletter description, you just want to continue being as descriptive as you can, and you could say something like, in this newsletter, you will discover many new ways for making money online for dummies. Easy as that. And then for your email address, this is where you'll put in your email address where you will get notifications on when people are signing up, when people want to reply to you through your newsletter. This is going to be the email address that that those would go to. So you just put, your name at your url.com. And if you have a Gmail address, you can just put, your Gmail name at gmail.com and so forth. It doesn't have to be, it's your own URL. And for a password, you just put in your password, and then you want to create your account. You want to go ahead and, if you don't mind, join the TinyLetter newsletter, because they will give you a lot of great tips about building your newsletter using their services. When they release new features and beta features, they'll let you know about that. So you might as well go ahead and join, because this is a service that is definitely going to help you out, and you want to stay on the cutting edge. So once you do that, you hit create account. and I have this autosave login thing, so you're probably not going to see this pop up unless you're using 1Password for Mac. So ignore that. I'm just going to hit Not Now. And then now you're going to get your link. So you can see the link is tinyletter.com/make money for dummies. And if you'd like, it's very easy. You could tweet this immediately, or you could share it on Facebook if you prefer. And what I want to make sure that you're aware of is where it says, if you have a website, click here to get your embed code. Now, if you have a blog, or let's say a review site, or anything where you can embed a form, and if you've built websites before and have embedded Aweber forms, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is where you get your code. And just to show you how it works is you click to drop that down, and it's going to give you a bunch of code. Now, I said, you know, when building a list using TinyLetter, you don't need any programming experience. Well, you absolutely do not, because I'm going to show you right now how you would leverage this code. So all you do is copy it, and then you can open up a text editor or, you know, anything. I'm just going to I opened up a new Dreamweaver document. And to show how it works is when you paste this code in, you'll see it gives you a lot of features. So what you can do is, this is what your form is going to look like. It's going to say enter your email address. It's going to have an email field, a subscribe button, and then TinyLetter puts their own little branding here where it says a TinyLetter email newsletter. Well, if you want to be a little tricky, you could actually, where it starts with this P, this just stands for an opening paragraph. You'll notice it has a P, which means opening paragraph or new line. Then it has some code for the tinyletter.com, and then here's where it says a TinyLetter email newsletter. You can actually remove everything from the opening P to the closing P. And if you do that and hit design, you'll notice that that's gone now. So that way you don't have any of their branding, and it actually looks like a really high quality email form on your website, your blog, or so forth. So all you would do is just copy all this code, then put it wherever you want to put it on your website. And that's how you can actually embed the form. So now that you know that, then we're just going to hit Alrighty. And then this is going to take you to your dashboard for TinyLetter. You'll notice it's very simple. It's going to give you the options to write a newsletter, read your replies that people may be replying to your newsletter. You can see old newsletters, like old messages that you sent. You can meet your subscribers. You can import email addresses if you're coming from Aweber or iContact or some big solution out there that you want to really scale down and use something a lot simpler like this. You can get your subscribe link again, or your embed code if you forgot it, and you can create a welcome message for new subscribers, and then you can set up your design and settings. Well, to show you the steps that you would need to go through, the first step is the welcome message for new subscribers. You click on that, and then it will take you to where you can set up your welcome message. Now, this is optional, and this is actually going to be automatically sent to anybody that subscribes to your newsletter instantly. So, for instance, if we had the newsletter Make Money, Making Money Online for Dummies, or Make Money for Dummies, then you can say something like, welcome to my newsletter. Or you can say something like, you wouldn't believe this, ... And the reason why you could use subject lines like this, and I'll create other video tutorials for you in Millionaire Society about really good copywriting strategies for subject lines and messages, is that when you use a service like TinyLetter, you can't use any type of tokens where you can embed their first name or anything like that. So you have to be creative and come up with subject lines where it really entices people to want to open the email. And I've even seen some people that have made subject lines saying something like, my lawyer needs to contact you, or my lawyer is trying to contact you, ... Because anyone, if they see that email, they're probably going to open it up. And your whole goal is to get a high open rate, so that way people can then read your messages. So, be a little creative, but try to keep your subject line as close to relating to your message as possible. Because if you don't relate to your message, people are really going to get turned off by that. So for the subject line, you wouldn't believe this, and then you could start with your message saying, thank you for signing up for my newsletter. There are going to be many new techniques, or I'll say tips, techniques, and strategies for making money online. Stay tuned. ... And if you don't want to put a closing like "Sincerely Yours" or "To Your Success" or followed by your name, you could always end your emails by something like "Stay tuned ... or "Till next time ... I always like to put the ... because it lets people know that there's more to come. And same with the subject lines. If you put a good subject line ... they know that there's more to come, and it just it triggers some subconscious psychological triggers that want them to open the email. So once you type out your message, this is a WYSIWYG editor, which stands for "What you see is what you get," and which means you could highlight something and bold it, and you can actually see it in real time how it looks, and you can indent things, you can embed images, you can add videos, links, and so forth. So it's really exciting on how easy it is. And once you do that, you just simply hit save. If you hit preview, it's not going to show you a preview. It's actually going to email you a preview. So keep that in mind. So once you hit save, and it's going to say, okay, your welcome message has been saved. So you return home, and now you have your welcome message. So once you have your welcome message, the next thing that you could do is go to Design and Settings, and this is where you can customize if you want to change your from name, where it appears when you send newsletters to your subscribers. You can do that. You can hit show even more settings, and then it gives you all kinds of other settings, with when someone tries to subscribe, then the email they get, you can customize all that. I'm not going to go through all these for right now because I wanted to keep this video very short and simple, and just know that you can actually apply all this later if you like. And something else that's really cool is you can even make it to where new subscribers, if you want to charge, let's say $1 a month for your newsletter, you could actually put in $1 and then hit payments go directly into my PayPal account, put in your PayPal email, and you can have a paying monthly email newsletter, which is phenomenal. So know that that's available, but I'm not going to get into showing how to set all that up because it's very easy, and I'm sure you can figure that out. So the next thing is to design your sign-up page, and this is where you can customize with your background image. You can put the subscription box, wherever you want. You can even put a YouTube video and embed it on your sign-up page if you would like. It's completely up to you. And then once you hit Save Changes, that's all of your design and settings. So I'm going to go back to the main dashboard, and the last thing that I want to show you is that with TinyLetter, since it is free, like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't have all the features that things like Aweber and iContact and Constant Contact, all those paying subscription or services have. One of the features it lacks is that you cannot automatically queue up emails to be sent out on an automatic basis. So you can't, generate, cache on autopilot. So, that's one thing it lacks, but, it makes up for that in the sense that it's free and it's really easy for anybody to use to get started. So what you have to do is once you have your newsletter created, then you can all you have to do is log in and click on Write a New Newsletter or Write a Newsletter. And when it says Write a Newsletter, I really don't like how they worded that, because I would personally say, write a message or write an email, because, some people, when they think write a newsletter, they think, okay, that's a completely different list. Every time they send out an email, that's to a whole nother list. Well, no, that's not what it means. It just means, you're pretty much writing an email to your subscribers for your newsletter. So keep that in mind. And then the subject, this is where, same thing, like you were writing your welcome message, you would write a subject, and then you would write a message, and then you hit send to all, and it's immediately going to be sent out to all of your subscribers to your newsletter. So there is a little bit of manual work involved here, but if you plan on just having a weekly newsletter or a monthly newsletter, and your subscribers know that you're only sending out one email a week or one email a month, it's all you have to do is just put it on your calendar. Remind yourself that you need to go to TinyLetter, write a message, and then send it to all of your subscribers. So that's all there is to it. It's very simple and it's very easy, and this is a brand new service that's out there. I don't know anybody else in this industry that is using this, so this is going to give you a huge competitive advantage over all of your competitors in the sense of you're going to be putting together a very easy newsletter. You don't have to, and again, make any investments. You don't have to have any programming experience, and it's just a very easy service for people that want to charge for their newsletters, even to be able to charge for their newsletters like you just saw by going through PayPal. So, that's all there is to this video. I hope you found this helpful. And, as with all the videos inside Millionaire Society, I'm always going to be revealing new software, new scripts, new services, and things like this that's always going to give you a unique advantage over your competitors. So you don't have to go out there and find all this new stuff on your own and take time away from actually building your business. Let me find all the stuff for you, and I'll test it all. And once I know that it works and it's going to help you, I'll make videos like this for you and put it in Millionaire Society. So again, I hope you found this video helpful. Definitely go out, give TinyLetter a try. It's free. Again, it's www.tinyletter.com.